Hello everybody, my name is Cottagepk, and today I have a Blacklight Retribution commentary for you on Blacklight Retribution. Today's topic is how to properly defend in Blacklight, because there's been a decrease in the amount of teamwork and defending in domination games. So I wanted to get into that subject, because I feel it's important for teamwork, and when you're playing domination, it's important to get those capture points. And I got lucky and fortunate enough to find out that this team was actually, even though we weren't talking, we were able to look at where we were moving and, work together to actually hold our points. So, at the beginning, the enemies captured 2 points and they were able to start dominating. But we quickly captured another point and we were able to get above them. And that's the best part of this game, and this game type, is that when you capture 2 points at a time, even if the enemy is at 500 and you're at 200, you can still catch up to them and possibly get 750 before they even get 750. Now, I haven't done the math on that, so don't quote me on that, but maybe. And it really does work that way. One time that happened in my team, and we just dominated it. We got to they had like 480 and we had like 320, and we only had one objective, and then they captured that, and they captured our last objective, and then we just captured theirs because our spawn changed, and we were able to capture both their locations that they were able to hold so easily. And then we just dominated after that because we were able to hold it so easily. We didn't make the mistake that they made. And another thing you have to know when you're playing domination, if you're going to attack, is that you don't want to capture the objective unless you're sure, and you want to take your time. You don't want to accidentally flick on the wrong number, and then you have to wait, because when you start hacking it, you lose out on capture time, and it freezes. So you have to know when it's good to hack and when it's not. When you have teammates, generally it's good to hack, but when you're alone, you might want to, as soon as you get there, you might want to hack. If you get there and your buddy just died there, then you're definitely going to want to just stay there and capture and hold and defend while you're obviously capturing. And as you see here, the enemies kept coming to C, and I was able to defend it. That means only one person can defend an objective, and that's the beauty of it. Even one person, a singular person, can defend an objective against the whole enemy team, as you'll see in just a second. Now, I took out that guy, he's able to hit me, and I was like, okay, he's one guy, maybe he went around. But then the second guy came, so I was like, how are these enemies coming? So I found out their spawn, and they spawned actually near us because we captured their last objective. And that's a mistake on our part. We shouldn't have done that. I was able to take out this guy, but I almost died. So, as you see, I've gotten already 4 kills, and I'm going to go after these enemies and try killing them, and making sure they don't live. As you see, I was able to take out 5 people all by myself, and then the last guy my buddy got. So anyway, I was able to defend C all by myself and against 5 people. And that's defending at its prime, and that's the beauty of defending, is that you can take by surprise anybody. And I feel that even if you were to only place one person at each objective, that you would be able to hold it enough that the rest of your team could, and this applies for every game that has domination, the rest of your team could just quickly switch back and forth to the objectives that needed the most help. Or you could just set your whole team at a certain location and have them just, spin around that location. Just have a certain range in which they can go out and go back. And so that's what I like about domination and teamwork, is that it can work very well together, which is obviously a given. But if you do it right, you feel really good and you get a lot of points. Some games have a headquarters gameplay where basically you get points per capture and you hold that objective and you get like 10 points every 5 seconds, let's say. That is another defending or domination gameplay, which I'd like to see in Blacklight, and it would definitely bring a better role to and a better understanding of teamwork to everybody who plays to all the people who play Domination and Blacklight. Yeah. Well, that's really it. It's just really when you're defending, you only need one person to defend. It could be you, or you could just be like, hey, Iron Man 2000. I'm guessing a name right here. Anyway, so Iron Man 2000, why don't you hold C while I hold A? Or why don't you hold C while I go and attack the enemy? He'll be like, no, or he'll be yes, maybe. If he's a good teammate, he'll do that. It's also good to use your surroundings like I did there while defending. Anyway, right here, my map, or my mouse crapped out for me, and I had to fix it. But anyway, so it's also good to look at your surroundings. If you have an explosive barrel, you may want to save that and not use it for one person, and try using it for multiple enemies. And that can really work. You can have a proximity mine in some place, and then if an enemy gets to a certain place and they kill you, boom, proximity mine goes off, and explosive barrel kills all enemy team that's trying to capture that node. So yeah, that's really it. You just need one person to defend, and that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to ask you, players of Blacklight, to try doing teamwork, because I miss teamwork. It used to be so good in the past. I used to get a bunch of winning games, and now I'm getting some losing games, or a lot more than I used to, and it saddens me to see that, because domination isn't about the killing. Now, what you can do is, if you want to convince, like, let's say you have a team and they're actually talking and communicating, and you want to convince them that one person needs to hold the objective, and that person, let's say he was attacking in the previous match, what you can do, and this is a bit far-fetched, sorta, is you can say, hey, why don't we rotate the position? So not always you, or not always a certain person has to stay defending. You switch it around, and you're able to easily dominate. It especially helps if the enemy team isn't as skilled. That's obviously also a given. But yeah, that's really it. And I'd like to conclude the commentary here. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and I hope you enjoyed the commentary. This is Cottagepk signing out. Have a nice day.